Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Just Daf It. Today's Daf is Nedarim, Daf Bays, number 82. A great share for you today. We're going to talk about specifics of Machlokas between Rabbi Yossi and the Rabbanan in our Mishnah. What's considered Nidra and Nefesh, a little bit in the Gemara, and more in Ian with Ben Zion, the wonderful 8-minute Ian share. That I give after this. Let's get started at the bottom of Pe'al Beis, the bottom, second to last line. Ba'amine Rav Merav Nachman. Rav asked Rav Nachman the following question: Tasha Shamita l'Rabbanan ina nefeshu or Doram shebeina l'beina? Tasha Shamita. Now, Tasha Shamita presumably means the husband and wife being together, right? I've talked about other times. Tasha Shamita I don't think just means specifically being together. The actual cohabitation, penetration. Tasha Shamita, I would say. It's a foreplay, but we'll talk more about that. So according to Rabbanan, is that considered a neder of eating nefesh? Or is it considered drum shebein ol lebeina? Now, according to Rabbi Yossi, the Gemara seems to say it's for sure only bein ol lebeina. It's not considered eating nefesh. The obvious question is, why not? I mean, if you say, I'm not going to eat all the fruits in the world, that's eating nefesh, even according to Rabbi Yossi. Same thing, you're not going to have tashmish hamita. It's a primal need, just like for men. Tasha Shamita is a primal need. For women, it's also a primal need. Hard to understand what Rabbi Yossi. The more is only asking according to the Rabbanan. According to Rabbi Yossi, it should also be a question. We'll explore that more in Iyot Ben Zion. So, the Gemara seems to be only asking according to the Rabbanan. Is it in an nefesh or is it drum shebein al lebeina? Now, the nafkamina is, right, like we said, there's two nafkaminas. If it's in a nefesh, so it works between you and your husband now and after you're divorced, if you get divorced, and even after she marries somebody else. Also, if it's in an nefesh, it works not just regarding you, but also regarding other people. She takes a nether regarding other people, causes her pain. You're allowed to be made for the nether. According to his Beina Labena, only things which specifically relate to the husband. So Amar Lay, so he said back to him, Tani Suot, we have a Mishnah like this. The last Mishnah, this parak. She says, I am removed from the Yehudim. Basically, she's not going to have to Ashramita with any Jew. Only Goyim. Yafer Chelko, top of Pei Beis Manal. Yafer Chelko, Mishamashto. The husband has the right to Mayfair. His Chelek, meaning the fact that she asked her to Ashramita on him, he could be. Now, again, this is not a problem of her making another against something that she's obligated to do because she's saying, like we said yesterday, she's prohibiting the Hana on herself, right? So she's allowed to do that. However, since it's Doram Shebein Labina, he can be Mayfair. Mishamashto, the rest of the Jews, right? She still has the nether as binding. She can't be together with any other Jew. Meaning, if she be divorced, the Amr's nether in a nefesh heavy. If you say a nether is considered in a nefesh, amai tehin tulam in Yehudim, right? Just like it works for the husband, it should work for everybody. It's a sarge, a pain for her not to be together with people. So it should work for the husband also. Shmamina dvar for other people also. Shmamina dvarim shebein alabein. Have you the rabbanon? So Shmamina dvarim shebein alabein have you. So you see, it's dvarim shebein alabein. Only he can only make for his chelak. So the Gemara says back, the rabbanon ti boilach b'shum tula animi Yehudim. Rabbi Yossi kasadila. We're asking according to Rabbanim. But this Mishnah on the Yehudim happens to be Rabbi Yossi's opinion. The Amar Rav Huna, Kulei Perek and Rabbi Yossi. Rav Huna says the entire Perek, all the Stam Mishnayos, right? The first Mishnah recorded Machlokas Rabban and Rabbi Yossi. From here on in, every Mishnah follows the opinion of Rabbi Yossi. I guess the halacha would accord Rabbi Yossi. Mimai, how do you know that? Came on the Kasani, and the first Mishnah is Rabbi Yossi. He says bathing and wearing makeup is not considered a nefesh. Lamali sula misni. How does he offer it? Rabbi Yossi. And the Mishnah ends off. He couldn't make for these are the words Rabbi Yossi. Why does it repeat Rabbi Yossi again? Rabbi Yossi. Therefore, the reason it repeats it a second time is to indicate that all the Mishnayos in this parak follow the anonymous opinion of Rabbi Yossi. So the Gemara really hasn't resolved the question according to Rabbanan. It happens to be according to Rabbi Yossi. According to Rabbanan, we're left guessing. Amar Shmuel, but I guess it doesn't make a difference. It's possible to Rabbi Yossi. Amar Shmuel, Mishmei de Levi. And according to Rabbi Yossi, it's only considered during Shebein al. It's not considered in nefesh. I'll explain the reason why in Iyon with Ben Sion. Amar Shmuel, Mishmei de Levi. Shmuel said the name of Levi. Kol Nedarim Baal Meifel Ishto. A husband can make for all the Nedarim of his wife. Chusben hanasi al ploni, she'eno mefer. If the wife says, someone, right, my friend Yael, or my friend Abigail, right, she has a friend Yael or Abigail, they're not going to get a benefit from me. Um, Chusben hanasi al ploni, she'eno mefer. He has no rights to make for that. Alanas ploni alai mefer. If she says Abigail, I can't get benefit from Abigail, so it could be made for it because then she is suffering, right? So the Gemara challenges, right? If she causes someone else to suffer, that's not an Ijra in a nefesh. But if she can't get benefit from someone else, that is in a nefesh. It's not. The Mishnah says, Peiros Medina Zu Alai, the first Mishnah, our parak, if she offers all the fruits from Madagascar, she can't eat vanilla. Madagascar, she doesn't want any fruits from Madagascar. Allah Yavi Alam Medina Khair, you can bring her vanilla from other countries. So you see what? Right? You see what? She answered, even she asked her from one Medina. It's like answering from one person. Like, I'm not going to get enough from Abigail. Right? Nonetheless, we don't say he's made for the nether. Just bring her fruit from a different Medina. Amar Yosef answers, the Kamra Shatavi. Right? She didn't say, I'm answering all the payrolls from Madagascar. All the fruits that you, my husband, bring from Madagascar. So she didn't answer all the fruits of Madagascar. So technically, she can go to Madagascar, or anyone brings fruits from Madagascar. Besides her husband, she could. So it's not like a complete neder where she answered any of Abigail's delicious cookies. If Abigail makes cookies. Tashmas, the Gemara continues to try to bring a proof for our Mishnah. Peros kanvani ze'alot. She's not going to get benefit from the convenience or from the makolet. Right? Here also, she asked her from the chenmini, from a person. Hakanami, the more answers the kamra to her tavi. She went to say all the fruits, all the food that you bring from the convenience store. The husband shops at the convenience store, not the wife. You think wife is supposed to shop? No, the husband is supposed to shop. A real man, the husband shops. That's what I told my wife this morning. I'm into the shopping. I'm into the shopping. I don't want to do one of those big shoppings in Gourmet Glad or Osharad. I like to shop at the convenience store, Makol, and I go there 2 or 3 times a day. So it's much better. People say, you would save a lot of money if you go for one of those, big shopping, the big grocery stores. You go to the huge supermarkets. You save a lot of money. Everything's cheaper over there. And I used to do that when I got married because you go to these huge supermarkets, Shari Revacha, the cheap supermarket in Shalayim for the Haredim. Amazing prices, really. They had amazing prices. The problem is, you go there, and whether you realize this or not, you buy double of what you probably wanted to buy. Unless you go with a list, which might work, might not work. You probably buy a lot of things. Oh, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. And then all the new stuff, either it gets left in your freezer or refrigerator, or you eat it within one day. You spend probably double the amount. So, yes, you go to the convenience store, they don't charge double of what they charge in the supermarket. They might charge another third or something like that, but you're only going to buy what you need, especially if you go 2 or 3 times a day. I happen to live across the street from the convenience store, so it's very easy and simplistic for me to go to the convenience store. It's called a convenience store because it's convenient. And convenience is worth a lot more than money, if you know that, right? So, and the thing is also, like, you can buy food that you just decide I'm going to have something for dinner and go and buy it, When you're going to a supermarket, you got to plan for a month ahead. What am I going to have, this week? What am I going to have next week? How can you plan? You don't know. And you go to the convenience store, you get everything fresh, right? You get everything fresh from that day for what you're going to have for dinner. So the food is fresh. You know exactly what you're going to get for dinner or lunch that day. You can buy that day. It's fresh. You're going to save money. You're not going to buy extra things. And if you need something to add to your dinner or to your lunch or your breakfast, you can just run over and get it. So, yes, you think you save money by going to the supermarket. But no, not only you lose money by going to the supermarket, you also don't get the convenience of the convenience store and don't have the freshest and the most exact and precise meals that you can have Maybe there's a little less selection at the convenience store, but actually the convenience store has more American products than I think the supermarket does, and I'm an American, so I like that. And I'm not getting paid by the convenience store to say this, but that's my perspective. Um, I had an ongoing discussion for many years about this. I used to go once a month or once every 6 weeks to the supermarkets. I hated it. It's a whole night out. Also, that's the terrible thing also about it. You got to go. You go with your wife, let's say. It's a whole night out, right? It could take 3-4 hours, and you got to go and you got to schlep all the stuff. You got to bring all the stuff into the car, bring it home, schlep all the stuff up the stairs. It's a big thing. I hate schlepping all the stuff up the stairs. We live on the second floor, actually, 4 flights of stairs. That's another thing. In the convenience store, you take 1 or 2 bags at a time. You don't feel like you're taking anything, right? When you take a big shopping, you have to go back up downstairs. You have trauma. Some people are traumatized. I'm traumatized with that. I hate it. So it avoids that also. There's a million reasons why the convenience store beats out. If you have a convenience store, next to you within reachable distance. If a convenience store is far away from me, I wouldn't use it. It just happens to be practical for me, and I think it's the better option for many reasons. Um, so she took a neder. She's not going to buy from the convenience store. So it's similar to saying she's not going to get found out from Abigail. And Yachal Hafer, and the Mishnah, she can't be Mayfair. The husband can't be Mayfair. Hakanami the Kamra Shetavi Ata. No, it's missing words in the Mishnah. That she meant to say that my husband, any food that my husband brings from the convenience store, I'm not going to eat. But she can go to the convenience store, so it's not a problem. Lo Haisa Parnasaso El Menu Hareza Yafer. The Mishnah continues, right? If she only shopped the convenience store, the family only shopped the convenience store, she could be made for Ata, right? If really what the Mishnah meant to say was she's answering whatever her husband brings from the convenience store, Ma Yafer. Why should she have to invite her? She can go, or she can send someone else to go. Elam the Seifa lo Ma'isi Bal. Since the second part of the Mishnah is talking about where a husband's not exclusively bringing, right? She didn't ask her the husband to bring heavy. Reisha the Kamaisi he. Right, so the ratio also is talking about where she even asked her herself from bringing. So therefore, we're forced to rethink this. Al Reisha and Yachal Hafer, the ratio where she says, right, I'm not going to get Hana from Peros Medina Zoo, right? Even if she would bring it. Umas Nisin, the Gemara in Pei Bezim and Bezim on the top, Rabbi Yossi. Our Mishnah happens to follow the opinion of Rabbi Yossi. The Amar of Huna Kule Pirkin Rabbi Yossi. Shmuel, when he said the statement, right, that I can't get benefit, the woman said I'm not going to benefit from my friend Abigail. So, who cares? That's according to the Rabbanan, right? So she could be Mayfair. According to Rabbi Yossi is more Machmir when it comes to Nedarim. So that's the Mishnah when it talks about Medina Zu or Chenfani Zu. That was Rabbi Yossi. Rav Huna says the entire parak is Rabbi Yossi. And since the Mishnah follows Rabbi Yossi, so Rabbi Yossi holds he can't be made for Inu Nefesh, but it's Dvarim Shebeino Lebeina that affect her, right? Then he could be made for. But according to the Rabbanan, it would be considered even Inu Nefesh. And that's what Shmuel, according to the Rabbanan, I'm still left wondering who the halacha is like Rabbanan and Rabbi Yossi, but it seems like the halacha is Rabbi Yossi. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel. She takes a neder from 2 loaves of bread, wheat bread and barley bread. One of them she has really a desire to eat, wheat bread. Barley bread she doesn't like so much. But he told Shehu Mayfer Masana, Mayfer L'Shayna Masana. Because it's one neder, so according to Rav Yehuda, should name a Shmuel, he could be made for both. Rav Asi Amar Rav Yochanan, he argued Mayfer Masana, even though it's one neder, right? You have to split it, right? One of them is in a nefesh, and one of them not in a nefesh. Right, wheat bread she has a desire for, so you can pay for that, but it's not, nefesh or barley bread. Barley bread, the Gemara says, is animal food. So, Vika da Amri, another way of saying this, Bomi Rav Asim Rav Yochanan, Rav Aski, ask Rav Yochanan, Najrim Sheki Karas Bacham Mazana Vachad Mazana Mahu. What's Allah? Hamalei made for the Mazana, made for the Shayna Mazana. You can be made for the loaf of bread, the wheat bread that she wants, or the spelt bread, right, for the healthy people. And a Mazana, the one she doesn't have a desire for, you can't be Mazana, even though it's one neder. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for tomorrow's share. We'll talk more about the conclusion, the hemshech, the continuation of this discussion. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Stay tuned for Ian Ben Zion, where we discuss the underlying machlokas in this Mishnah, in this parak between Rabbi Yossi and the Rabbanan. Rabbi Yossi has a more macher opinion. He considers a lot of things not Inoi Nefesh. Rabbanan consider them Inoi Nefesh. What exactly are they arguing about? We have two examples about bathing and about putting on makeup. And here, the Gemara Ardaf reveals a third nafkamina. Tashmish Hamita seems to say, according to Rabbi Yossi, it would not be a nether of Inoi Nefesh, only Bein Alabein. According to the Rabbanan, the Gemara is not sure, but there's more room according to the Rabbanan that it would be Inoi Nefesh. What is the fundamental machlokes in Rabbi Yossi and the Rabbanan? It's very important because we have the paskin for Rabbi Yossi, which is more machmer opinion. Stay tuned, Ian with Ben Sion coming up next.